let's bring in Wayne Harlan. Hey, how's it
Hey,
going,
Chuck,
buddy?
good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm doing
Good
great.
to see you. Now, Live Fit, what is that?
Well, it's a private training studio right off of Copper and Maple, and we offer a really great private experience of personal training and also group classes.
So it's not one of these big meat market gyms.
Correct. No,
Right?
not like that.
And you take people one-on-one?
Yep.
Or in class also?
We do both, actually. Yeah, so we have classroom setting, things like TRX, which is very popular now.
What's
suspension
TRX?
training. It's basically a suspension training program that you have this whole suspension device that hangs from maybe the ceiling in our case.
I've seen a suspension device from the ceiling before. Tell me how yours works.
Well, basically you can hang on to it and it's able to leverage your body weight to do multiple types of exercise, like hundreds of
Is it
different
kind of
exercises.
like the aerial dancer thing?
It's not quite like that, but just slightly different.
So boys do it too?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Actually, it can be pretty aggressive too if you want to.
What do you work on when you're doing that?
All kinds of things: joint mobility, strength, endurance.
What's your background in the fitness world?
You know, the most exciting thing that I want to talk about personally is brain-based training. So instead of just talking about always the most common things, like I would say strength training would be some of the most popular things you've heard of, right?
Okay,
Typically, right? Well, we want to focus more on training the brain to move the body on its own. Okay, so it get better basically at your own movement from a brain-based standpoint, if that makes sense.
Go a little further into that.
Okay, so let's take walking for example. Okay, is that something you really have to think about too much? You can get up and walk, right?
Not sometimes.
Maybe sometimes, yeah. So pretty much it's an autonomic function, and it takes over 300 muscles to do it. Okay, so basically we want to try and optimize each joint that you have and teach the brain how to move that individual joint so that the brain can now integrate all the movement together. Okay, now this can be progressed into things as simple as walking or maybe your golf swing, right? So you want to get better at maybe golf or tennis or just walking up a flight of stairs.
No, what are you saying? It's all between the ears?
It kind of is, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, everything starts at your brain. All movement starts from your brain, right?
So when you're training people to do this, you still don't got me.
Well, you know what? You're going to have to come in, I'm sure, and do a free consultation to check it out. It'd be great.
Okay, but let's talk about what you did growing up and in your early adult years that makes you the guy.
Well, I've been active my entire life, you know, from a very, very young age, and I was fortunate enough to have great parents that taught me all kinds of different activities, from water skiing, snow skiing, and I even ran track and pole vaulting, all sorts. So now,
What's your highest pole vault?
it was about 13 feet.
That's it? No, just kidding.
It was fun. But basically, you know, that led me into the fitness industry, and I really enjoy always staying active, and it's something that I want to continue to be able to do as I age. I'm sure you probably want the same thing. As we age, we want to be able to move, right? And that's really what it comes down to. Rather than always focusing on how much weight that we can lift, even though strength is good, we want to focus on moving better and being able to continue to move as we age.
People that are just getting into it, personal trainer is a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just jumping in the gym and trying to do it yourself.
Yeah, you know, it really helps because you may kind of go off in the wrong direction or be wasting your time maybe on something that...
Or injure yourself.
Or injure yourself, exactly. So, and that kind of goes along the same lines of what I'm talking about with this style of training, is that we want to help you move better rather than moving poorly, which could possibly lead to injury, right?
So what happens? You start working out with someone and you see that what their movements are, what their habits are, and then you start taking notes on how to train them here?
Yeah. Basically, everybody has a history. You know, so if you have maybe past injuries or other types of adaptation from possibly sitting all day, which is a lot of people, they sit a lot. So they're going to have some negative adaptation to that specific movement, right, or lack of movement. So as we try and get them moving again or into a fitness program, we need to help them do it properly, right?
I'm kind of hearing you now because
Yeah.
having
together?
a former knee injury,
Ah,
I know that what happens is you start to favor it and you start
Correct.
using your other leg, which can lead to
compensation,
all
right?
yeah,
Adaptation.
bad hip joints
now
and
you
all
got
that
a
kind
hip
of
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
So.
for the people that have had that, and like I had mine when I was a teenager, so I think I came back pretty good from it because I was
Yeah.
young and all this hormones running through me at the time.
Right.
So, but as you get older, it may be time to readdress.
Yeah, yeah. So if you have a pain issue or a previous injury, we might even need to go about it a slightly different way and try and strengthen your core and start moving your hips first, or maybe ankles, something else, and then start to move the knee.
I think a lot of people don't do this because they think, man, it's probably pretty expensive.
It could be possibly, but it just depends on where you put your priorities.
Let's just start with you.
It's about $60 per session.
Mm-hmm.
So
And how long is the session?
it's 1 hour.
Okay, and what are you going to do with them other than teach their brain how to move?
Well, I'm going to get them moving somehow. It just depends on the person and wherever they're starting at. So it's to me, the focus should be on that individual. And it just depends. Each case could be completely different.
And it's just not where where they're starting at; it's where they want to go, where they want to be, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
someone might just say, "Hey, my back hurts a lot. I want it to feel better."
Yeah.
Or someone might say that, "Hey, my goal is I want to do a triathlon this year."
Totally. Totally different goals, right?
Mhm.
One person wants to be out of pain. The other one wants to improve performance. Both could be a similar route, though. It's pretty interesting.
It's pretty interesting.
So.
Where are you at again?
It's on Copper and Maple. It's right just south of the country club there, Copper River.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great little location, good private experience, and we're really able to focus on your goals as an individual.
What's the hours over there? You start early in the morning?
Oh, absolutely, Chuck. I was there at about 4 a.m. this morning, started my first
4
appointment.
a.m.?
4 a.m., you got to
What
get
would
going.
you do at that time in the morning?
Hey, you know what? We got people that want to come in all throughout the day, and they have busy schedules. Some business professionals, medical professional that want to work on their movement.
A paper boy that needed to strengthen his arm.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get that arm warmed up.
Okay, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, you could visit our website, which is livefitfresno.com, or you could give us a call at 559-908-2700. Or shoot me an email. That information's all on our website.
And the people that see you on the buzz, what do you do for them?
On the buzz?
Yeah.
Oh, let's give them a free consultation. Come on in, and
There you go.
we'll sit down and chat and figure out exactly what that individual needs to work on and how they can begin moving better.
Sounds good. Wayne, thanks for coming on,
Thanks,
buddy.
Chuck.
Nice
Yeah, it was great
talking
to be
with
here.
you. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the buzz. Stick around.